Hello everyone, welcome back to another GRIMGAR video. Currently we're doing a mini-series talking about the equipment of the characters in GRIMGAR, and the equipment they gain throughout the entire story. Today we're actually going to talk about 3 of the characters because some of them have very little equipment that they gain throughout the entire story, and also the Wikipedias that I'm using aren't updated to all the characters, especially poor Shiharu. But overall, the girls have a lot less equipment. I will say that Yume does actually pick up quite a few things. But like in my past videos, if you enjoy these videos, please like button, share, tell me in the comments down below if I miss up anything with equipment, if you guys remember any equipment that they've gotten, and let's get right into it. We are starting with Shiharu, and it's because she has only 1 entry on the Wikipedia, which needs to be updated, like I said earlier. All it tells you is that she got her rookie equipment, which, again, from past videos, as I said, this equipment is from dead volunteer soldiers. However, I will say, if any of the people in these volunteer soldier barracks give volunteer soldiers new equipment, it probably would be the mages, honestly. They seem to be a lot cleaner and chiller than a lot of the other guilds, and they probably would actually give you newer equipment. Plus, it's just a robe and a staff, so it wouldn't surprise me if they actually gave them new stuff. What is given to her, however, is a black pointed hat and a black robe with a wooden staff. Admittedly, she doesn't really get much upgrades aside from her spells for a very long time, up until, I believe, volume 7. I think she gets a whole new wardrobe where she gets a white and purple outfit. She got this specifically from the GRIMGAR village called Well Village. And from this point onward, she doesn't need her staff anymore, so she doesn't actually ever upgrade her staff. Just has it for like a walking stick, essentially, and maybe to bop someone if she, needs to, but she never actually does. I am like 100% sure that at some point she also gets another robe change throughout the light novel. I can't remember exactly when, but I remember very clearly that her robe gets really torn up around like volume, I think 8 or 7, and she needs to get a whole new wardrobe. But I genuinely cannot remember it, and I apologize for that. Let me know in the comments if you guys know which book it is. And in volume 15, she does get a hood, like a straight up hoodie, that she wears for the majority of the book, specifically because she loses all of her clothes when she's in Piranha, which that's an entire different conversation we'll have to have later on when we get to the Piranha books. And finally, in volume 17, she has an entire wardrobe change that I do not exactly remember the entirety of the color scheme. I know that a lot of people have colored it in, and here's the color of that wardrobe. It's just like a tight suit with weird things around her arm. I have no idea what these things are. And with some weird scarf things on her back. I'm going to call them scarf things, but I have no idea what these things are. And we know very, very little about this outfit, but it's something that she wore in volume 17 when she nuked 2 armies. Also, a fun little detail that I don't think they bring up in the light novel. In the illustration, you can actually see a relic over Shiharu's head. We do not know if this relic is the thing amplifying her power, or it could be a relic that is possibly having someone control her. We don't know at all. If I was a gambling man, I would say this is the relic that is amplifying her power and making her more powerful. And those are all of Shiharu's items throughout the entirety of the light novel. And if I missed anything, please let me know. We're now moving over to Mary. Mary has her standard long staff, which, fun fact, in the anime, she has her short staff, but for the first couple light novels, she actually has a long staff. And she has her priest equipment, which is basically just a white and blue cloak. Now, we don't know if this cloak is necessarily something she bought after she became a volunteer soldier, or it's her starting equipment. If it was her starting equipment, holy crap, she's been alive with her starting equipment this entire time. If not, well, she probably just bought it. I'm betting that she bought it with her old party, but we have no idea. In volume 4, she actually loses her long staff and she replaces it with a short staff. In volume 6, she replaces the short staff with a stronger staff that has, I believe, spikes on it to give her more attack power. It's essentially a priest staff that is also kind of a mace. In volume 7, she replaced her old priest outfit, because it's starting to essentially fall apart, with a deep blue colored robe. Probably mentioned this, all the characters in volume 7 also got masks or scarves of some kind to hide their faces in Well Village. It's not a big detail. I forgot to mention them in past videos, but they get like masks or something to cover their face. Her staff that she got in volume 6, however, was falling apart from overuse, and the head fell off of it, so she had to replace it with a staff that had a hammer at the end of it, which, alright, awesome, to give her more offensive power. I'm starting to see a trend with Mary's upgrades. In volume 11, Mary's clothes were kind of destroyed, and, well, without any spoilers, she essentially had to get an entire new cloak that was actually green now. She actually doesn't like this cloak very much, but it's better than nothing. In volume 15, Mary gets an entire new weapon because she's like, nah, fuck that staff shit. We're gonna get a fucking warhammer now. You know, like that warhammer that Tada uses? Yeah, something like that. She grabbed this from the Frontier Army Barracks. And finally, in volume 16, the entirety of Haru's party get into a little bad situation. And they are then forced to get a whole new wardrobe change. Mary gets a completely black, like, trench coat thing. She's forced to wear shorts, which is one of the first times she's ever had to wear shorts in the entire light novel. She's mostly wearing skirts and dresses. She is, however, allowed to keep her blue and white color scheme under the jacket. But overall, I do like this new design. Again, they still have a bunch of straps because for some reason they decided to give this new upgrade to their armor. It's just a bunch of straps. And now to move on to Yume, which out of all the girls, she has the most equipment. To begin with, after she graduates the Hunter's Guild, she's given a pretty bad short bow, a quiver full of arrows, and a machete. She has very, very light armor with a small bag on her hip, shorts, and a white top. Yume in Volume 2 also picked up throwing knives. The first throwing knife was bought to her by her master, and the other one she bought later on. In Volume 5, Yume actually buys a elven composite bow along with a new machete. I do recall that this machete was, I believe, a curved machete, I think, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was a special curved machete. In Volume 7, when they were in GRIMGAR, Yume bought a bunch of light armored bone protectors, essentially. So they're made of bones, and she put it on her body to give her more defense. And in the City of the Dead Ones, in Volume 7, Yume picks up a wantu. It's a type of sword that is about the same size as her machete. I have absolutely no idea what this thing is because I googled it. I can't find any actual answer. I'm going to give you a couple different options that what it might be. But Yume nicknames this sword Wan-chan because of course she does. In Volume 10, Yume picks up a thick, somewhat short katana from a pile of katanas. This pile of weapons was considered a weapon graveyard, and Haru and his friends were just kind of like, they needed the weapons, so they found the ones that were the sharpest, and they took them. In Volume 14++, after her, what I believe was her 4-year training, the K&K company gave her what is described as a very big knife. And that's technically all that the Wikipedia has. I'm certain that in Volume 14++, she also was given new clothes as well, but I cannot find anything about that. But let me know in the comments about that one specifically. In Volume 16, at the very end, bad stuff happens and they need to get a whole new wardrobe change. Yume is given a black poncho thing that looks pretty cool, honestly. And again, just covered in straps. It's just covered in straps, wearing black and red, but so many goddamn straps. I'm also certain that she was also given a new bow and a katana, too. Especially since in Volume 18, that's what her cover art actually has. Unfortunately, there really isn't all that much to say about Yume's new design when it comes to, like, equipment, because she's not wearing that much compared to, like, other characters. Just a whole lot of straps, though. Like, good lord. And she just has, like, random knee protectors, even though the rest of her legs are bare. But those are the main 3 ladies from the GRIMGAR party. I'm going to actually include Satora and Kuzuku in their own video, along with basically Moguzo. Does anybody want me to do Monoto? Because there's really no point, right? But if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it when people make it to the end of the video. It helps me a lot. Thank you to all the subscribers over on my Twitch. If you guys want to help us out, go to our Twitch, subscribe, or follow us there. We're trying to get to 500 followers. And when we get there, we'll get to do a fun little celebration. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day or night. Bye!